You cannot hold a real spoiler avoider down. Listen, what's the chat? That's game a little bit of this, a little bit of this. Okay, welcome back to another BL Wednesday where we're talking about Go For It Nakamura. I believe we're on episode 12. And the last episode that we was watching, basically Nakamura had got a new haircut. And it was Christmas too. Like, we have been through everything on this season of Nakamura. We've been through summer. We've been through the second semester. We've been through Christmas. And we seen Nakamura have a rival. We seen Nakamura going on dates. We seen Nakamura go to the aquarium. We're seeing Nakamura go on his, I guess, unofficial study date. There's all kind of stuff. Watch him be what? Not a fujoshi because a girl's a fujoshi. What, a guy's a fudanshin, right? Or something like that. Correct me down in the comments. But anyway, the last episode, Nakamura was going against his long-awaited rival, Hirose's middle school friend, who is kind of a creep, but not really a creep. I guess he has like feelings for Hirose, and they wanted to get like this special T-shirt that Hirose had already pre-ordered. So they had went through the mall. They was running all around, all around. But you can go check out my other review. But yeah, so basically Nakamura ended up getting Hirose, like, they got matching pins. One was purple, no, one was pink, one was blue. Yeah, so that was really cute. And then Nakamura was, in the second half of the episode, Nakamura was like giving himself a haircut or whatever, like with his bangs, and his sister came in, and I believe she knocked him over and caused him to cut a little bit more of his hair. So he went to the hair salon, and he was basically trying to figure out, like, what can I do? Like, can you fix my hair? And I was looking on Twitter about the previous episode where they were talking about how it's so hard for gay people to have conversations inside not only the salon but the barbershop and all that kind of stuff. So they kind of showed the difficulty of that, and I'm very appreciative of that. So let's go ahead and get to episode 12 because I really want to see if they're going to show Nakamura's haircut in this episode, because in the last episode when Nakamura was at school, he walked past Hirose and Hirose didn't even notice who he was. So this says episode 12, you and I are friends, and friends are in quotations. It's Valentine's Day and Nakamura is secretly nervous about giving friend chocolate to Hirose. Oh my goodness. Let's see what's going on, y'all. Damn, they ain't got no pictures on the wall. They ain't got no color on the wall. The wall's just empty. We're talking about holidays and specifically Valentine's Day, and if I can be honest, it might be a little trauma left around not ever receiving anything on Valentine's Day. Well, I'll say, like, romantic interest wise, I don't think I've ever really received anything on Valentine's Day or from people that I wanted it from. Is that shallow? I don't think so. But no, I think just in general, I didn't receive anything for Valentine's Day. Yeah. You know, now that I think about it, I guess it's the thought that counts, because you carrying around chocolate in your bag this whole time. If it's not frozen, the chocolate's gonna get warm. So, like, you go get somebody some warm chocolate. But I get it. I remember when I was in high school, like, people used to skip. Well, but yeah, people used to, like, people who had cars or whatnot, like, they would go and leave the school and go get flowers, roses, and different type of gifts and stuff, and come back during their lunch period and give out their gifts. Yeah. Yes. What? Oh, poor baby. Oh. Why are they playing with me? Why are they playing with me? What's the tea? I feel like after I done seen Obsession and they was sitting there playing around before he got the Wishing Willow box, and he was sitting there playing with Nikki, and now we get back to Nakamura and Hirose's playing with Nakamura, like, something's gonna have to give. Okay, something. Immediately. In the words of Tokyo Tony, you better get their problems together right now, or I want all my money back. Goodbye. Hell no. I'm gagged. I'm about to flip all this shit over. I'm about to flip all this. I'm about to flip it all over. Girlfriend.
ラブラブうるせえ食べちゃって何食べる
Oh, they really in their bag. They're really in their bag. Oh, don't do this to me. Oh my gosh.
そうだよないう風になるのを期待してたわけじゃないんだ
A lot of smart people will tell you that watching TV is a waste of time and it's not really good for you. But I think that people are really watching TV for the wrong reason. Like, are you watching TV to be thoroughly entertained, or are you watching to get the message behind what's actually going on in the episode? Now, I do believe it's pointless TV shows that really don't have any meaning behind them. But very rarely lately have I been watching TV shows that don't like have some type of message behind them. Or maybe I just don't watch TV that isn't thought-provoking or makes you want to question what's going on in your own life. And this episode of Nakamura, just watching it, first of all, it was so hard to watch, like, well, for me, my childhood. And I'm just gonna give you a little background on some of the things that I went through. Like, it's just like growing up, going through high school, when young boys are developing themselves and finding out what they are attracted to and what's okay and what's not okay. And you, first of all, as a young child, you don't know what's going on in other children's household. You just know what's going on in yours and the feelings that you feel on the inside. And sometimes what feelings you share with another human being. And I knew that I had attraction to girls and guys, you know, at a young age. And it's very heartbreaking that Nakamura starts off episode 1 and all these episodes with character development of him saying that he's shy and gay. And it's crazy that after all this time, all the way up to this is what, episode 12, that Nakamura finds out that Hirose has a girlfriend. I'm still taken aback. And the fact they animated up to the scene, like him crying, going up to that like little bridge area, like the crying is really what took me out too, because I remember all those times that I had attraction to guys, and it was like, and the numerous things that I did in order to keep that guy's attention, who maybe was bi-curious or maybe he was straight, and I ended up being a lot of straight guys like experiment, you know what I'm saying, because I was very confident, even though like, I guess when you're younger, you have some type of denial within you, but it's like you're not afraid to express who you are or express your attraction. So I feel like a lot of young straight guys at that moment, they found liberation or freedom throughout, you know, with me being so bold in who I am. And they knew that, I guess, in their household or in their environment or when they came to school, you know, they couldn't express that, and they found solace within me. And that led into a lot of like schools and a lot of places like not being able to, just gay wasn't really acceptable as me coming up, like, or in my hood or whatnot. I think now in 2025 or just in the 2020s in general that, you know, the LGBTQIA community is a lot more acceptable and a lot more and don't get me wrong when I say this, like it's pushed a lot more, like is the word normally. It's just, it's back then it's not what it is today, for lack of better words. So I just want to talk about some of the scenes really quickly, like up to Nakamura, like where they showed the scene that it was just straight people getting together or whatnot. They didn't show any gay couples or whatever. That's what really like gay youth go through. Like they have to experience that all the time. Like straight people always having like a natural way of building relationships and getting to experience their first love and normal Valentine's Day and all the kind of things that sometimes that queer people don't get to experience. And sometimes, you know, people look at the queer community as being hypersexual or not understanding how to date or be in long-term relationships when they don't understand that most queer people don't start really dating until 18 or 20 and sometimes years later. So looking at this episode really opened up my eyes to some of my childhood and some of my traumas when it comes to dating and brought back some memories of what it felt like for you to lose someone who you thought you built a strong connection with to the opposite sex. So let me know if you're queer, you know, if you experience some things like this in Nakamura. Have you ever lost somebody to the opposite sex that you thought you built a relationship with? Do you think that Hirose is really in a relationship with a girl? Because it seemed like he wanted to tell Nakamura something else when he came down into the locker room when he stayed behind late. And also, what was your first Valentine's Day like when you were really seriously, I guess, dating in high school? All right, Shantastic Gang, I'm out.